Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Let me bump up this volume. From time to time, I do videos called This Is Why This Guitar Is Going Back. And unfortunately, this is one of those videos. I was really highly anticipating this guitar to come because it's a powder blue. It's beautiful. What is other? Sonic blue, powder blue, and dolphin blue, which are basically the same color. This thing is beautiful. And when I seen it, because it's hard to find these in this color, I grabbed it. And when I was talking to the guy at the store, I specifically asked him, I said, how is the action? Because I love low action. I don't like high shit. You know, if it's high shit, we done talking. And he assured me, and I got it in email, well, the action is great. So it's interesting. This is what happened first. So once he told me it was great and looked good, I'm like, okay. So I sent him the money. And then he did this the same day, I think. And there's some people that think you're not aware of how things work as far as Reverb and eBay. You know, you just somebody that just happened to start this today nonsense. So he sent a label has been created. And you know how I feel about that. And I wish eBay and Reverb would stop doing that. Because once they submit that, all they've done is created a label. That's it. They haven't shipped out shit yet. But it's labeled as items been shipped. No items haven't been shipped. Just the label been printed. So he printed out the label the same day. And normally when people do that, they ship out the guitar or the item the next day or no later than the day after the next day. So the next day came, no confirmation that it's been physically sent to the facility or shipping. Second day, nothing. I said, let me contact this dude. Said, I noticed on the 26th you created the label. And here it is 2 days later. Have you shipped the item yet? He never responded. I'm like, okay, so we about to go through this, huh? Or so you think. So I contacted Reverb, and Reverb got on his ass, and he shipped it out the next day. You know, didn't bother to email to say, oh, I'm sorry, it's been kind of busy, we'll get it out. I would have been fine with that, because I'm not rushing. I'm just trying to find out the status. You know, and the worst thing that you can do when it comes to business is ignore me, especially when you got my fucking money. You know, I'm like, okay. I'm not going to go back and forth with you with this because I know what I need to do. I contacted Reverb. Reverb got back to me the same day and said, hey, we'll send me an email, put a little fire up on his ass and, you know, get your item out. So the very next day, they shipped it. And still, again, emailing me and apologizing for the delay and nothing. They just was going to ignore me. So it came today. And this is how cool the UPS guy is with me because I gave him the free learn the rhythm guitar for his kid because he said his kid's trying to learn how to play. He said, oh, you know, I appreciate that. I said, no problem, man. I appreciate you delivering my stuff. So when he got here, the box had a little dent. He said, I want you to take the guitar out, make sure there's nothing wrong with it because if it is, I'll take it back. Took it out. Everything was good. Just the box got a little puncture in it. And that's just the kind of guy he is. I appreciate him. So I get it out the box. And the first thing I want to check is, how's the action? And when I got it out the box, I'm looking, it's kind of high. And then when I really got it out the box and looked at it, it was very high. I mean, very high. If I owned a music store, every fucking guitar in the store would be low action. You know, because I polled you guys, and only one guy out of about 30 people that responded said they want theirs high. And actually it was two. And the first guy explained it to me, which made sense. He plays a lot of steel, lap guitar, so he likes his action high. He's used to playing that kind of style of guitar. Totally understand, that makes sense. The other guy was just a guy that if there were 50 people in the room and he was in that room, he wanted to say something outrageous to get attention. That's all that was about. Because he know damn well he don't want no high action guitar, you know, but he, I'm like, okay, I believe that nonsense. You know, because I've ran across many guys like that where they want attention. So they want to be the one that has the opposing opinion in the crowded room. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, so it was high and I really inspected it. And the way the Fender, you know, products, it's like the bullet guitars are the bottom. And for the money, they're not bad. I've played a few of them. People, some of my students will come by and they show me their guitar. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad for the money. And it actually feels pretty good to play. It's comfortable. Then there's the Infinity, which is actually pretty decent too. And then there's the Vibe, which is a step above the other two. So you expect the Vibe to be better than the other two because it costs more and it was built better. So again, I get this out the box. And I noticed the action's kind of high. And then I noticed down here, I said, okay, well, I can bring it down. I can't bring it down because it's as low as it can go down here. So I'm like, okay, we got a problem here. Because whenever you have that kind of problem, what happens is you have to take the neck off, take it to a tech guy, and he put a shim in and kind of raise up the neck. So I'm looking at the nut tree. And the nut tree is high as hell. I mean, I'll stick it up to the camera in a minute, but if it's high up here, you know it's going to be high down here. Normally it's low down up here and then kind of rising up down here. I mean, the perfectly set up guitar should be just flat across. It shouldn't be like this. You start at the low notes and then it starts to fucking rise on you. It shouldn't be that way. It should be like that. Every height should be the same whether it's up here or down here, but that just shows how poorly people set up guitars and think they can pass them off as decent playing guitars when they all jacked up like this, but the nut tree, it needs to be sanded down. It's high, therefore the string is real high up here, which of course makes this high here. Unfortunately, this guitar was not taken care of. I mean, me personally, and I'm sure most of you guys, when you get a good guitar, you take care of it. And when you part with it, it's basically in the same condition it was when you got it. Whoever had this guitar did not take good care of it. Again, I think they changed the nut tree because I don't think that Fender would have put a nut tree on their guitar, on their valve, and it's this high. Because this has to be sanded down. It's way up there. And then as I'm turning the knobs here, something weird about the knobs. I mean, whoever had this guitar didn't take care of it at all. They didn't. And I immediately went back to Reverb and typed in, not as described. I thought I got confirmation that the action was low. Checked the email message because it says it right there. The guy told me it was low, and it's not low. I mean, it's really high. Therefore, I'm sending this back for a full refund. I don't want this guitar. Because like I told you guys, I can't sell you guys anything that I don't like to play. I mean, I just can't do it. I mean, I could have just kept my mouth closed and sold this on my channel, but that ain't the kind of guy that I am. This is some bullshit, so therefore it has to go back. I'm not trying to pawn off on anybody this, It's just, like I said, if I own a guitar shop, because it's interesting, I said, you know what? I've already established and contacted them and say, hey, this is going back. I want my money back. So I had my eyes on a couple of other guitars. So I called them. I said, you know what? Let me call them and find out. Just one simple question will determine if I'm buying it or if I'm not. And I seen a Brian Mays from Queen, the red special copy. I'm like, that'd be pretty nice to have because that's a very nice, unique design. So I called the store and I said, I inquired about the guitar. I said, I just got one question. How's the action? And before you tell me and go look, I'm going to tell you what I want in a guitar as far as action. I want my shit low, real low. If it ain't low, can't go. So he came back to me and said, I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's pretty high. Thanks. Have a good day. And I'm like, you run a business for musical equipment. There should be no guitars in your collection unless you just really reduce it. So I don't want to put any time or effort into it. This is the price I want for it, so you can put a little time and effort into it, and we good, But I'm like, I can't see myself if I ran a store that I got guitars in there that are just not comfortable to play. Because, again, it don't make a difference who name up here. It doesn't make a difference where it came from. It doesn't make a difference what brand it is. If it don't feel good to play, it's pointless. Because some people might want to say this, well, you get what you pay for. Oh, really? I paid about $50 for this. And the action is really good. It's low, okay? Whoever built this guitar put some time into it and made it right. So I don't want to hear that argument because it's nonsense. It's that marketing nonsense. You know, of course, a $500 guitar is going to feel hopefully better than a $100 guitar, you know? But they still should have this in common. They're comfortable to play. One might feel better to play and one might sound better, but it should be comfortable to play whether you pay $50 or $500, you know? So I just thought I would post this because, you know, for you young up and coming artists and musicians, know what to look for when you're purchasing a guitar. You know, don't go there not knowing what you're supposed to know and get screwed. Because if they know that you don't know, they will screw you, you know? This guy here apparently thought I wasn't going to notice the action was high, even after we've confirmed it that it was low, you know? It's ridiculous. It's like there's no way you can pass this off as a low action guitar, dude. But apparently you tried, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good effort. This shit is going back tomorrow. You know, it's going back because again, I was really excited about this because I'm like, if it's really good, I'm gonna probably keep it. You know, and even if it might not be or good, I still might part with it because I still got guitars coming. And I'm like, I can't keep them all. You know, I decided I'm gonna keep the Spider-Man. Because I'm going to make some adjustments to that. Even though there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, there's some things I would like to do to that guitar. And since I'm going to keep it, I'm going to do those things. You know, the Telly that I got, the other one the other day, the gray one, feels great. Sounds great, you know. But I'm going to stick it up to the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. But I was quite disappointed. You know, this is not even close to being low. You know, ain't nothing worse than when you when your action's pretty high and you press down because you got all that spring back. It's too much spring back. This one don't have no spring back. And I noticed when I first started playing, because every guitar player has a set of preference that they like. But one thing that I noticed right out the gate when I first started playing, I didn't like all that fucking spring action. I want my shit to be low to the point where I don't have hardly any spring action. You know, of course you're gonna have a little, but not so much that you can just see it bouncing. You know, and I see it bouncing, you know. And when it bounces and it's really high like that, it's kind of hard to kind of bend your notes. But I just thought I would post this. This shit's going back. It did not pass my inspection. Therefore, I cannot pass it on to any of you guys. Because, again, it's a shame because it's beautiful. You know, I love this color. And it's hard to find this color in Vibe. You can't find it in Bullet all day long, but I don't want a Bullet. And if you're lucky, you can find it in the Infinity. But again, the Vibe is one step better because the Vibe has a much better neck. It's quite noticeable. It has a better neck than the Infinity and the Bullet. You know, but this guitar was not taken care of. And that's a shame. Because it says a lot about you as a person as far as the stuff that you take care of. Whether it's a guitar or, you know, electronic device or anything like that. You know, I got some friends, don't let them borrow your shit because it'll come back fucked up. Then I got some friends, they take care of their stuff better than your stuff better than theirs, and theirs is taken care of pretty well. Because I know a guy that I used to go to high school with, his name is Mem. Mem took care of his stuff. You know, Mem's, all his stuff looked brand new. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it's supposed to be, man, because all of my stuff looked brand new. It's in the same condition it was when it came to me, you know? And when it leaves me, it's in the same condition that when it came to me, you know. But I got some other friends. Don't let them borrow your shit. Don't let them borrow your shit, because they won't take care of it. So I'm gonna send off until next time. Take care. Again, I will continuously do these kind of videos. Unfortunately, if I have to, I don't want to. I'm hoping that, it's like a happy ending, that you get it and you happy. They happy because they got money. You happy because you got the product you happy with. But this guitar was not taken care of. Whoever owned this guitar did not do a good job and take care of it, because I'm quite sure that Fender did not send out this guitar with that nut tree. I'm almost sure of it. It's too fucking high. That's the signs of a real shoddy, shitty ass job. And I'm like, I know Fender ain't sloppy, And the majority of the smaller builders are not. Jay Tercer's not sloppy like that. That's sloppy. That's real sloppy. And I don't know why did that guy think that I was not going to notice this, But until next time, take care and thanks for watching.